Good morning. Now we're 5. Great. Good morning. July 2nd, 2014 meeting of the City Council is hereby called to order. The meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded as well as presented live on KCLV Cable Channel 2 and are closed caption for hearing impaired viewers, made possible this month through the underwriting from the Regional Transportation Commission. Wow, nice. Please note, customers of CenturyLink may view this program in high definition on channel 1002, and some customers of Cox Communication who do not have a cable box may view this meeting on digital channel 89.5. The council meeting, as well as all other KCLV programming, may be viewed on the internet at www.lasvegasnevada.gov. The proceedings will be rebroadcast KCLV Channel 2 and the web the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m., Friday at 8 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 1 p.m. This building is protected by state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of the chambers out to the mezzanine. Proceed out the double doors to the terrace, down the back staircase. For anyone who has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, please assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First. Employees wearing safety vests or city marshals will inform you when it's safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related items on the agenda, citizen participation and public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you may complete and submit up here to our city clerk. Cards are available online in the clerk's office or at the rear of these chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizen participation, or specified public hearing items. If there's anyone present today who has need for hearing impaired equipment, please see our clerk staff. If you parked in the garage across the street and did not receive a validation ticket as you entered chambers, please exit to your right and see our security personnel at the entrance. Before we proceed with the agenda, would everyone please rise for the invocation given by Reverend Sanford Sandy Marks, Tree of Life Ministry, and remain standing for our pledge. Good morning and thank you.
Heavenly Father, as each of us give our own thanks according to our personal persuasions, let us take note of some thoughts that bind us together. We are blessed with friends, laughter, and fun, with rain as soft as the light from the sun. We are blessed with stars to brighten each night. You've given us help to know wrong from right. You've given us so much. Please, Lord, give us too a heart that is always grateful to you. Amen. Thank you. Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. That was really lovely. And we will now proceed with our ceremonial portion of the agenda. Morning, everyone. Before we recognize the Citizen of the Month at this time, I just want to take a moment, because I know the world is focused on Israel, to hear the kidnapping and slaying of innocent Israeli boys Naphtali, Frankel, Gilad, Sha'ar, and Eyal, Yifrak. And it was an ordeal that came to light 3 weeks ago when these 3 boys were returning from hiking in summertime, and they were kidnapped and just found a few days ago. So our prayers and sympathies go out to the families and to Israel. Just very sad. We see sadness every day, but it makes you know to carpe diem, seize every day, and thank the good Lord for it, that we have it. And your prayer certainly spoke to being thankful for everything that's wonderful in our lives. But our condolences and prayers, and also to the Shook family who lost their 12-year-old son this past week at Scout Camp. Okay, for our first item, it's our pleasure to recognize the Citizen of the Month. And is Councilman Barlow behind me? Hooray. I just love that. Okay, it's yours to do. Well, but it's not your turn yet. Nice try.
Thank you so very much. How's everyone doing this morning? Good, good. You guys look so well. Mayor, I'm going to take one of my items, if you don't mind, out of order. I'm waiting for the recipients to arrive. So I actually have 2 ceremonials. At this time, I would like to, it is my pleasure to recognize a group of employees from Catholic Charities. Are they here today? Yes. All right, there we go. All right. The WIC office, which stands for Women, Infant, and Children, located at 1511 Las Vegas Boulevard. It was brought to my attention that the staff at this location is comprised of a group of extraordinary employees. They go far beyond the call of duty to ensure that the clients they serve, which are women, infants, and children, receive excellent customer service in order to have access to proper nutritional benefits. In the late 1960s, the national survey revealed that many lower-income children suffer from anemia and inadequate growth. The children's health was poor due to the lack of proper nutrition, plus they did not receive the recommended portions of necessary foods to be healthy. In 1972, Congress passed a bill to create the Special Supplemental Program for Women, Infants, and Children, which today is known as WIC. Congress funded the program, and the United States Department of Agriculture was in charge of the program. WIC serves low-income, pregnant, postpartum infants and children under the age of 5 years old who are at nutritional risk. They also provide nutritional education, which includes the promotion of breastfeeding. In addition, they provide referrals to other social services agencies who offer services as well. This is a necessary program, and during the 2013 fiscal year alone, the number of women, infants, and children receiving the benefits each month on a national average was over 8.6 million participants per month. This location alone, serving approximately 500 to 600 clients a month. In the past year, that number has increased to over 3,000 clients. In 2013, they provided assistance to over 87,843 participants. That is a lot of people served in this community. In addition, Catholic Charities also operates 2 other WIC offices in Henderson and at Nellis Air Force Base. The Las Vegas location was the first office to host a prenatal health fair, which included health screening. A plethora of information was given out outlining available social services throughout the Las Vegas community. This exceptional group of employees has a true and honest humanitarian spirit to give selflessly of themselves, and their passion of making a difference in the Las Vegas community and the lives they've touched is unmatched. They are a like-minded group of individuals who stand in solidarity to offer the best of their services to those in need. This office has, at times, waited after hours for mothers who were late for their appointments due to being on public transportation. They've also assisted with finding housing or employment opportunities for their clients. Recently, this location extended the hours of operation to ensure that no family goes without benefits. Currently, they are the only WIC office open on Saturdays, which is huge, specifically to the population in which they serve. The employees stop at nothing to truly meet the needs of the clients they serve. It is the philosophy of their supervisor, Miss, is it Mange? How do you pronounce it? Mange? Okay, Miss Mange, which is, we turn no one away, and they all passionately embrace her belief in this system. It is an honor to stand before you all today for such great work that you do, and the mayor and city council and the residents to recognize Catholic Charities, who has been operating the WIC program since 2006. I would like to personally thank each and every one of the employees for their amazing dedication to the service of the residents across the Las Vegas Valley. And at this time, I would like for Deacon Thomas Roberts, President and Chief Executive Officer, to please come forward. And where are these all the employees? Why don't you all come and stand around your CEO? Please come up. Let's give them a round of applause as they come for such great work that you all continue to do in our community. Please come and flank us on the left and the right side. Mr. Roberts, if you will.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you. I'm fortunate that I get a chance to say a few words on behalf of such a dedicated and committed group of individuals. And so, Mayor Goodman, City Council, distinguished guests, it is an honor and a privilege for me to recognize a dedicated group of unsung heroes. These are the people that are working day in and day out to service some of God's most vulnerable children. Those moms and those families that have infants that don't have the resources and the education to give their kids the right amount of formula, that need help to understand how to breastfeed those children. You heard the councilman say that we recently expanded our hours to now open on Saturdays. We're the only WIC clinic that opens on Saturdays. We're open from 7:30 in the morning until 6:30 at night. They don't take a lunch break here because they don't want any clients waiting in line. This year we'll service up to 90,000 clients this year in our 3 WIC clinics. I'm so proud of this team and the work that they do. And on behalf of Catholic Charities and the work that all of our clients provide across 20 different programs, we're very honored today to be here and very grateful for the partnership that we have with the city to continue to try to do our best to take good care of God's children very efficiently, very effectively, and with great outcomes. So thank you for this recognition.
Thank you all so very much. Mr. Roberts, if you will, I'll present you with the certificates of your staff, but I would like to just announce who's standing before us here today. Of course, we have Mr. Thomas Roberts. We have, and if you will just wave as I call your name, and I'll try not to butcher your name too much. I see some names that are kind of on the edge for me. Don Davis, if you just wave. Steve Merriweather. Christian Casares. Carolina Mange. Heidi Ochoa. Tina Kyle. Faith Quesada. Myra Martinez. Linda Rubio. Cynthia Nunez. Rosa Rivera. Chiquai? Okay. Chiquai Sullivan. Erica Ayala. Amelia Weisbarth. Rosa Hernandez. Let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you all so very much. Are we getting photos? Okay. Mayor and council, if you all please slide in a little bit tighter for us. Yeah, I'll tie my shoe. I'll tie my shoe, Councilwoman.
No, we thought you were stepping on the mic.
No, that's my shoelace. This is a cordless mic. All right, here we go. We good?
Okay, we're
Mayor?
good.
We're good? Okay, here we go. Where's the councilwoman?
Come on.
Watch the cord.
I'll go down low. Can you be seen back there? Step up, Councilman Ross. No.
Congratulations to you all once again, and thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, it's so wonderful. No, it really, it's wonderful, and we are such a diverse community. I mean, I know Councilman Barlow is having difficulty with some of the names, but the beauty is that the names are so mixed. It's just wonderful. It really is a reflection about what a great community we are. And you're getting better every time. Okay, so we're still out of order. So I need my script now. Thank you very much. It's wonderful to have support. So you're out. Oh, I'm next. All right, for our next item, I have the pleasure of recognizing an outstanding team of city employees. And you know we do this every month. The Action Team Award recognizes a team of employees who strive to be superheroes in the workplace, meeting our values of action, which you're going to be able to say it with me soon, stands for achievement, creativity, teamwork, integrity, and ownership now. So I'd like to invite our planning director, Mr. Flynn Fagg, to join us at the podium for this presentation. Now here's a man who never sleeps. I know that. Not only does his job so well and has a great staff, but as we all know, we're into the world of marijuana. And he hasn't had an increase of staff, I don't think, Miss Fretwell, wherever you are. No? Oh, come on. So anyway, this is a great guy who doesn't sleep, but in the office. So he's been working very hard over this past several years to cut red tape and make it easier to do business with our city. Planning and zoning processing have been accelerated so that we now have 7-day-a-week inspections. Online plans can be submitted, just to name 2 of the major improvements that we've implemented recently. And now, thanks to the hard work of a team of employees, we have a new modernized business licensing system that replaces an old system that was exactly 25 years old. Isn't it wonderful to be young and new? I'd like to invite this group to join us at the podium as I call their names. So let's see if I can do as well or better than he's disappeared again. Isn't he incredible? Okay, here we go. And I'm sure, and you will correct me, please. All right, Mary McElhone. Please come forward if I've called your name and you're here. Or maybe you're at work, so Mr. Fagg can be here. Oh, no, coming out, okay. Minerva Gomez. Darcy Adele Byherd. Jim Azar. Corey Mays. From planning, we have Renee Carlson. From IT, we have Diane Santiago Cornier, Mike Frederick, Gail Lloyd Likos, Jason Ellingson, Jean Spendlove, Chris Rich, Craig Phillips. And from finance, I know these folks too, Robert Felgar and Sherry Bonnet, or it might be Bonnet. Is it Bonnet or Bonnet? I'm making you French. So, finally, we have our 2 consultants, Arvind, oh, here we go, Yelamanchili. Where are you, Arvind? Okay, good. I think I did that. And Rick Vermani. Where's Rick? Coming too. Wonderful. This group is responsible for implementing new business license portal that includes all manner of improvements for our customers, and among which are, I'm going to give you the list, online license and permit applications, real-time tracking of applications, uploading of documents and attachments, online reporting and payment of gaming licenses and taxes, ability to manage and pay multiple licenses in a single transaction, 24-hour access to accounts, electronic invoicing, notification and correspondence, and acceptance of e-check and credit card payments. With these kind of innovations, this group is truly making Las Vegas the place to do business, not only in the Valley, I think in the whole West. We have certificates for each of you, and I'm going to ask my counsel to give Flynn the certificates that we have, and after the meeting, but it would be an honor and a pleasure first. I know how proud you are of this team. And he doesn't have bloodshot eyes from all this work. It's wonderful. Flynn?
Thank you very much, Mayor. It truly is an honor for me to help recognize the members of the team that brought this Herculean effort to pass in transforming our 25-year-old computer system to one that actually functions online for our customers. And so it was an incredible achievement. The mayor talked about not sleeping. I learned that from these folks. I tell you, when I'd go home at 6:30 at night, they would still be there. When I'd come in on the weekends, they would be there. It's like they didn't sleep either. Especially I'd like to recognize Mary McElhone, who spearheaded the effort on behalf of the Department of Planning. And then again, we have Minerva and Darcy and Corey and Jim and Renee from the Department of Planning. This wouldn't happen without IT, of course, and so we recognize IT, who really led the project. And then our folks from finance, who helped us at the very end as we were trying to get all of the business transactions to function properly. It wouldn't have happened without all of these folks. And so again, I'm so impressed with their dedication and their devotion to this project. Again, they spent weekends not because they had to, but because they wanted to see a successful project that would function for our business licensing customers. And so with that, I give my thanks to them, and we celebrate their dedication to this project. Thank you very much.
Mr. Fagg, I just want you all to know, because we appreciate what you're doing, we are giving you Friday, July 4th off. Thank you.
Don't forget your fireworks show, Mayor.
Oh, you're back. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you all. This is so exciting.
She called me this morning and asked me to go in.
Okay, for our next item, where we're giving out the certificates, and I love seeing them all because they are happy folk, because they work for the best city in the country. And we as council really appreciate you, each one of you. Thank you so much. And happy 4th of July. Don't let your children near the fireworks. Okay, at this point, I would like to invite our Senior Citizen Advisory Board Chair, Mary Ellen Heist, to join us at the podium so we can celebrate Senior of the Quarter. Some of you may remember we recognized our wonderful coach, Jerry Tarkanian, as Senior of the Quarter last meeting, but don't worry, we do know that a quarter is 3 months. Coach Tarkanian was our spring recipient, and due to scheduling, the presentation was pushed back. So here we are again, and Mary Ellen, stop the kissing and come get to work.
Thank you.
She likes to kiss our staff. Did you get a kiss, Councilwoman?
I did.
Okay. Because, you know, we've got this wonderful bank of guys here. Go for it.
Thank you.
Oh, I got one, too.
Good morning and happy 4th of July. Good morning, Mayor, City Council, City staff, and guests. We're very excited this morning to recognize someone who has been making a big difference in our community for a number of years and is a great human being. At this time, I would like Trudy Temple, the newest board member, to escort Betty Evans and her family up to the stage. And also, if Mickey Moore, since you're here, he's also on our board, if you would please join us.
No problem. That's okay. Got it. Oh, this is wonderful and happy.
That's great. Betty today is joined by her family who is visiting from California, her son Ron, daughter-in-law Kim, grandchildren Michael, DJ, and Marin. Betty also has a daughter who lives in Colorado who is not able to physically be here today but is in our hearts. Betty's passion is giving service and helping others. She is a certified laughter yoga instructor and volunteers to teach laughter yoga at the senior centers. Yogurt and yoga. churches, recreation facilities, and most recently for the veterans at the VA facilities in Las Vegas and Henderson. Laughter is truly the best medicine, and that's Betty's motto. She currently serves on her HOA board and spends many hours helping to make our community the best to live in Las Vegas. She assists homeowners to obtain community information, help with chores, gives rides to appointments, takes meals to those who need extra help, or is a caregiver when needed. Now there's another group that I would like to please have stand up, and it's the Make-A-Wish of Southern Nevada. Would you all please stand? Betty has been a wish granter, and you may join us up here now. Go ahead, Mandy, Caroline, and Board Chair Justin Kalb, if you'd like to bring him up, that would be great. Betty has been a wish granter with Make-A-Wish Southern Nevada since 2003. She has granted 49 wishes and is currently working on granting her 50th wish this summer. A wish come true for a child facing life-threatening medical conditions is a life-changing experience not only for the wish child, but for everyone who helps share the power of a wish. Betty always goes beyond, and beyond, I mean, without complaints, always a smile, and has got a magical glee in her eye for our children who are battling life-threatening conditions. Betty is a skilled seamstress, frequently designs and sews custom princess dresses, Hawaiian shirts. Are those what your children have?
No.
Your grandchildren?
Those are for a Wish Chant family.
That is so nice. And other fun apparel for wished kids and their families to wear while experiencing their wish. Her creations have become a Betty Evans hallmark for our organization, and they're very proud of that. In addition to wish granting, Betty plays an active role in Kids for Wish Kids, a fundraising program designed to put kids in charge. The kids take the lead to brainstorm, fundraise, develop plans of action, and then watch their ideas come to life. Participation helps them see how their time and enthusiasm can change the lives of their community. And if I'm not mistaken, we have 2 families in the audience that Betty has helped with, correct?
Yes.
Would you please stand up, the 2 families that Betty has granted wishes for? Last but not least, Betty has served on our board, the Las Vegas Senior Citizens Advisory Board, for 8 years. Appointed by Councilman Wolfson, who is now our DA, and was reappointed by Councilman Bob Beers. Her service on our board has touched many seniors throughout the valley by improving their lives. She has supplied them with information on housing, food, health care, and Social Security and Medicare benefits. Our board is honored to recognize you, Betty, for not only making a difference in our community, but with all the lives you've touched. Congratulations, and God bless you.
I thought about all the things that I would say up here, and I can only think of one right now, is that being honored today is honoring all of you also, because I only surround myself with the best, okay? Because I think that's really important, that we give service back to the community, to each other, and that makes us a great community.
Thank you so much. We're so proud, and thank you for all that you do. It's so wonderful. We're just so honored.
Now, I don't want the council to forget us, so I brought each one of you our
Wait, hold on one second, please.
our magnet, Make-A-Wish star. You can put it on your car, your refrigerator, anything that's metallic. We love it.
Wonderful. Thank you. We will do that with great honor and pride in our Make-A-Wish. Thank you all so very much. And Mary Ellen, thank you. Yes. Can we have a all get together closely here? And Councilwoman, you escaped. Where are you? Oh, there she is. Okay, look straight ahead. One more with my Make-A-Wish sign.
I'm on my tiptoes.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Wonderful, thank you. Okay, thanks so much, Mary Ellen. So, let's see. Okay. And our next item is going to be from Councilman Bob Beers.
Well, thank you. Everyone walking in this morning saw the classic car show out front. Did everyone see that? Well, I said everyone walking in the front. I did not see a 1932 car. Was there a vehicle out there from 1932? Yeah. I guess we'll have to settle for my dad, Frank Beers, who was born on this date in 1932. If you'd all join the council in a brief round of happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you. Sarah says it's pizza on the barbecue for birthday dinner tonight. In the meantime, I do want to recognize the classic car owners that came down this morning. We had about 40 really cool cars out front today. I don't know if the fellow who had the Czechoslovakian manufactured car is still here today. There he is. You can really tell that these designers weren't like in Social Networks with Detroit designers. It's just really a really different looking vehicle. We do this because SEMA is in town, and the Senate has made July 11th, next week, National Car Collector Day, and we're not meeting next week, so we're doing it today. The convention is a big event for Las Vegas, 2,000 exhibitors, 130,000 people, all of whom are in hotel rooms and eating out, and so it's a great event for our city and our city's economy. The other event I would plug here quickly is the Trunk or Treat event that we have up at the Veterans Memorial Leisure Services Center in October. That's where we have even more classic car owners set their vehicles up, only they put candy in the trunk. You young gentlemen might be interested in this. And you go from car to car trick-or-treating, so it's kind of fun. We have a certificate. If the classic car owners would come on down here, all of you will have a picture. And then I think John Bear is going to guide you, or take you all on a tour up to see the mayor's office. And the city council office is upstairs. Here is our certificate, declaring July 2nd, 2014 as National Collector Car Appreciation Day. A brief word?
Oh. I'll move on.
You're the spokesman.
Oh, okay.
I just made you the spokesman.
Okay. Okay. I guess. Hi, I want to first of all thank the mayor, the city council, and everyone here for having us come and have Collector Car Appreciation Day. Like you said, it's the second, U.S. Senate has declared the second Friday of July as Collector Car Appreciation Day nationwide. So we're here displaying all different types of cars, and if you've seen out there, there's all different years, makes and models. And you're welcome to come out and talk to the people and see what we got. Thank you. What's that?
Did you truck them in or drive them? Do they all run? That's what we like to see. And who owns the oldest car? A 23 T-Bird? T-Bucket. I was going to say, I mean, Okay,
You're saying Model T Ford.
fine, that's the lingo. All right, who owns that car? Is it yours? Tell us about it.
It's a 1923 replica of a Model T. It's called a T bucket.
And what color is it, and how many does it seat, and how fast does it go?
It's blue. It has a Chevy V8, and I don't know how fast it goes, but it moves.
Drive it carefully.
Very good. I tried not to wake anybody up this morning.
We're proud of you all. It's wonderful. And do you pick these up at auction, or do you do it among yourselves and just you build them yourselves? And I was noticing, could you all turn with your backs to the audience? Some of you have very interesting backs of shirts. Do you see this Las Vegas Mesquite Motor Mania? Okay, Cruising Association. He's a hustler. And over here we have Hackers. So anyway, thank you all. This is just great. We appreciate it. And Councilman Beers, once again, thank you for doing this and bringing to our attention here at City Hall this wonderful event. So come on up. I don't think there's any food. We're still poor, but there is water upstairs. So please come up to the 7th floor and go with our tour leader, John Baer. Thank you again. Thanks. Maybe one of the offices does have food. Good. Have a good time, and thank you. We look forward to your returning next year, at which point we'll have a drag race out front. Thanks so much. Thank you. Now, do I understand that we have a new grandchild? Oh, we're hoping for a new grandchild. It will be his great-grandchild. And when will this happy event hopefully occur? In August. So happy birthday, and there's a beautiful present for you coming. And now this young man here with his 4th of July tie just had his 12th grandchild. Tell us about this one. Boy or girl? How's the tribe divide?
It's a big family, trust me. Family nights in my house are huge. My house is a giant toy box, by the way. They're all under the age of 6. Number 12 was born, I think, Thursday. All the days kind of blurred together. Her name is Lillian Jade Ross, and she's absolutely wonderful. My 4th granddaughter, full head of hair. Looking forward to seeing her this afternoon. So thank you, Mayor, for recognizing her and letting me announce that, because my son and his wife are doing very well. They have 3 daughters now. He'll be poor forever.
Oh, my God, the dowries and the weddings. Oh, my goodness. Well, congratulations. So, Councilman Barlow. Okay. We are going to, we have another surprise, but we're not going to do it today. We'll hold it off till the second meeting in July. So come back, everybody. And we will now take, I've got 20 minutes to 10. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Why? Technology. Not us, technology. Thank you. We have to reboot. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Mayor. We'll find out what happened.
We have a Lincoln car key right here. We're not telling you where the car is in case it isn't yours. But we have a key. They will come back, and we will make sure we hold it up front. We will watch for them.
Yeah, I think we can give it to Ben.
Yep. And again, if anybody comes in looking for their Lincoln car key, or you see someone in the back, one of our marshals, anyone looking for their car key, Mrs. Bridges has it, our city clerk. You found them? Oh, the marshal has the key now? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we are back here. We have an issue again? We're not here. Forget it, we're not here. Oh, now I see the big boss is here, so we really have a problem.
Yeah, he's the brilliant one.
I hope so. I don't know if we're trying to fix it or if we're playing games. Are you playing solitaire? I don't see a smile. Well, it's in celebration of Mr. Beer's birthday.
Right.
So cute.
Alan. How you doing? Good morning.
Marshall, did anybody claim the key? But we took it outside. Someone from your department? Because our city clerk gave it to the marshals.
Is this your ward?
We're ready. So we're going to start off. First of all, I'd like everybody to know that we miss Mayor Pro Tem Stavros Anthony, and he is he's excused from the meeting. And wonderful Councilwoman Tarkanian is going to take over for him in reading the abeyances and all that information to make sure I stay on task and don't cheat. And Councilman Barlow is surrounded by beautiful women, as always. Could you please introduce these lovely ladies to us?
Thank you so very much, Mayor. I will be happy and delighted to introduce my interns who are here from Berkeley, California. They attend St. Mary's High School, and they wanted to come to Las Vegas and volunteer their time for the summer for community service work and take those hours back to their local high school. To my immediate left, I have Miss Kennedy Jackson, and to my right, I have, tell me your name again? Gianna Newman. Gianna Newman.
Welcome. Welcome.
So they're here visiting from Berkeley, California. They attend St. Mary's High School.
Beautiful. Well, we welcome you, and we're excited to have you, and hope that you have a good time working with Councilman Barlow. You will have a good time, because you can never keep up with what he's doing. Okay, we're on to agenda item number 11. 11, right? Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. And at this point, we'll set the time at 1 minute.
Good morning, Your Honor, Mayor, and a fellow councilman and councilwoman. I'm Alan Karcher, president of Karcher Insurance, but more importantly, I'm also a native-born Las Vegan. I just want to go on record for items 27 and 28. You know, I'm always proud to come here for the ceremonial parts of this because it's great to see our city working together and being together. But once again, on 27, 28, I just want to go on record. I think these costs go out of state. I think they go to Chicago. I don't see Chicago putting any money into the community or charities into this Las Vegas Valley. So I want to go on record on that. And this is on behalf of everybody that sells insurance and is an insurance broker or agent in the city of Las Vegas, not just me. Number 27 is quite interesting, because if you do the archives, I worked with Tony Antonison at Hilton Corporation, Harry Rugg at Summa Corporation, and Bill Lucas at MGM Grand. I was part of the laws to allow people to go self-insured and workers' comp. So I just want to look in that there's a future, and if you're still with FM Global on the property, look at your archives. I bought Affiliate FM on this property. I'll make a challenge too. The insurance broker fees, if you go locally to one of us, we cut the fees in half, period. Thank you.
Thank you
for
very
that.
much, Mr. Karcher. Next, please, anyone else?
Mayor, before the
Oh.
next speaker comes, may I ask the city manager a question, please?
Is it in reference to these two items?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you wait till they come? This is just the public hearing up front, and we'll pull them at that time if that's all right.
Okay. if
As
you
long
just
as
make a
our
note to
city
pull
manager is
those two
staying.
items. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, 1 minute will be more than sufficient. I'm going to reference item 27 as well, since that had something to do with charities.
Okay.
I basically, if you see there is a flyer in front of,
Name?
Stanley Washington,
Okay,
Las Vegas.
thank you.
There is a flyer in front of each one of you there pertaining to a grand opening celebration and a West Las Vegas business there that we will basically doing some fabulous things as we're honoring our veterans, raising money for the families of our fallen officers, and then most recently giving a tribute to the late, great Bobby Womack, who just passed this last Friday, okay? So that's what's going on the west side for July 6th. And, Your Honor, I'm in communication now, waiting to hear back from Colonel Boatwell to be there for you and Congressman Titus and Horsford to go ahead and present a welcome to him. I'm waiting to hear that confirmation back right now. They gave me a list of 14 questions that I had to do with legal on yesterday to get back to clearing to be there for this event.
Okay, I can tell you this is simply wonderful, but I'll be in Chicago Sunday afternoon.
Our prayers will be with you in terms of that, and we'll
Thank you.
certainly go ahead. Now,
Thank you.
I know that Councilman Beers will be there, and he'll be more than happy to take up the slack to
Yes, he
present
will.
in terms of
Thank
what's
you
going
so
on.
much. This
Thank
is
you very
wonderful.
much.
Appreciate it. Anyone else wanting to be, come to the podium, please? Okay, hearing none, we will move on to agenda item 12. Business item, possible action. Any items the council staff applicant wish to be stricken, table withdrawn, held in abeyance to a future meeting may be brought forward and acted upon at this time. Councilwoman.
We do have the two items, 27 and 28, which will be pulled so that we can discuss them. Those are the two that Councilman Barlow requested.
And then, how about the 54?
Well, that's what I was going to say next.
Okay, thank you.
And then we also have item number 54, which was on the discussion, and that is tabled, requested by staff. And then we have items 56 and 57, which was discussion, and that is in abeyance which is requested by the applicant.
And that's your motion?
To August 20th.
Right, and that's your motion?
And that's my motion, please.
Thank you. There's a motion, please vote. And please post. The motion carries. Thank you very much. We will move on to the consent agenda. Okay. Pardon? Did I let that go slipping on by? I just did that. I had no idea. Thank you. For possible action to approve the final minutes by reference to the regular city council meeting in May 7th, 2014. Councilwoman, would you make a motion to approve those minutes if you choose?
I move to approve the minutes.
Thank you very much. There's a motion, please vote, and please post. Councilman Beers, yes, while we're waiting?
Do we need to take action to obey item 9 to our next meeting, Councilman Barlow? Yep.
Oh, do we need a motion
don't-
to obey?
I don't know.
I don't think
Not
so.
on
We just do
ceremonial?
it's
Okay.
procedural.
Okay.
And we had our opening one as well. Did you show that? It was posted and it carries. Thank you. Okay, so we will now go on to, items 14 through 37, with the exception of 27 and 28, which are being pulled. On the consent agenda, considered to be routine or recommended for approval by the departments and may be enacted in one motion. Are there any items beyond 27 and 28 that council wishes pulled? Okay, hearing none, Councilwoman, may I have a motion?
Yes, I move to approve.
Thank you. There's a motion, please vote and please post. And while we're posting, we will go to agenda item 27. That motion carries. So we're now on agenda item 27. For possible action, this is 27, for possible action to approve the city's excess workers' compensation insurance coverage for fiscal year 2015 and an AO on Risk Services, Inc., for $495,590 employee benefit fund. The purpose and background, Chapter 616 of the Nevada Revised Statute, NRS, requires that all self-insured employees maintain excess workers' compensation insurance coverage. Excuse me. The premium for this coverage is based on a self-insured retention limit of $1 million per claim for non-public safety personnel and $4 million for public safety personnel. It is priced using the city's estimated payroll of $223,163,170, an annual rate of $100, and payroll of 0.2200. Do we,
Mayor,
do you wanna
I'd like
speak
to ask
please?
Kelly Learman to come down to the podium, and I know that Councilman Barlow had a quick question on this at least, but we're happy to kind of explain what we're doing here and what our process has been.
Okay, but why don't we have the question so that while you're answering, no, please keep coming. Councilman Barlow, your question, if you would.
City Manager Fredwell teed it up just perfectly. If you can explain the process, so the processes in which the department goes through to outline and put the request out on the street. Is there a RFP process? And if so, what is that process? Who's able to apply? And in these two particular cases, how many, if you know right offhand, applied, if they were local, if they were out of state, to give me somewhat of a framework of the outline of how we have chosen these two applicants on 27 and 28.
Okay. It's a long
Okay,
question.
first the easy part, your name.
I'm Kelly Learman. I'm the Human Resources Manager for Risk
Thank you.
Management. We do have a broker that we work with on these. It is Aon. We used an RFP to choose Aon as the broker. They've been the broker with us for about 2 years of a 3-year contract.
So let me just stop you as you go, and that way I can keep track of what you're saying. To select Aon, there was an RFP process.
That's correct.
And through that RFP process, Aon was selected as the broker of choice for the city of Las Vegas.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is Aon local or out of state?
Aon has a local office, but our broker is in California, Long Beach.
Okay. And were there local brokers that participated in the RFP process?
There were, yes.
Okay. Go ahead and continue. Thank you.
Okay, so we have Aon. We are considered a big player these days. We're no longer kind of a little player. So when Aon goes out, they talked in this case to 11 carriers. With workers' comp, because we have public safety, that's a huge component of workers' comp. So not all the carriers can even write that. So he found 3 carriers that were willing to write that without significant exclusion. So for instance, there were several carriers that said they would write it, but they would exclude communicable diseases. Well, we can't have that because our firefighters and our corrections officers have exposures. So we narrowed it down to 2 carriers who could provide what we needed at the SRI limits or the self-insurance limits that we needed. The carrier that we currently use was able to submit a renewal at only a 4% increase, even with the fact that our payroll increased, because with workers' comp, they insure on payroll dollars. So even though the amount they were insuring was more, the renewal came in at only 4%. So we looked obviously at both offers and we selected the incumbent carrier to maintain the renewal. And we did the same process on the property side, as it turned out. On the property side, the carrier who was providing the current policy offered the best renewal. So we went with that as well.
So that's reference to item number 28. just to be clear for the clerk.
Thank you.
And as far as item 20, you said that was item 28 or 27?
Her reference to the property insurance is item number 28, and we had a similar situation as we had with 27, with continued coverage through the prior provider.
Okay.
Councilman Coffin?
Thank you, Your Honor, and I asked these questions in briefing this week, but I think it's a good idea to bring it out into the open so everybody understands the idea of the workers' comp. We are self-insured to $1 million, and we've had a shock claim for a number of years. One of our firefighter employees was injured on the job in a city vehicle, in the engine. So he is still covered and will be covered for the rest of his, and we hope, long natural life.
Yes.
But his claim is in the neighborhood of, in general terms, about $3 million a year.
The costs vary, but yes, it's.
It could be 2 million maybe, or 3, and we're not sure, I guess, and we don't need to know all the details. It's just a horrible thing. So he's dependent for the rest of his life. He's a single father with an 18-year-old daughter now, but he's been raising her in this awkward circumstance because he's totally paralyzed. I think that the thing I brought up, and that, of course, well, sure, any insurance company can say, well, if you'll just, exclude him, we'll write the plan. I've been in the business so long, I've heard that story many times. But usually a company with any dignity won't do that, because what they're doing is they're trying to appeal to your greed. And I feel like we would never, ever abandon an employee.
No.
My thought was that I think we ought to look at the costs, though, and just to make sure that our employee is getting what he needs. And just sometimes every few years on a long-term claim, it's a good idea just to re-examine to make sure that the services, that they get the same services. But sometimes providers of care fall into a lull, and they just start charging more and more. And I think it's a good idea to make sure that within that claim there is an analysis, and that with the cooperation, obviously, of the firefighter's representative, that we take a look at that and make sure that no care would be reduced, but that in fact we've got a chance to see if we can reduce cost. I mean, other than that, I don't know how the carrier makes any money at all. They'll lose money. But they're the incumbent, so they knew what they were getting into. Okay, they could have dropped the case.
They could have.
Yeah, they could have walked away. Okay. So that's all I know about it, but it's enough to know just the one thing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor? Yes, please. I would like to move for item 27. It's on the consent.
Okay, there's a motion to approve agenda item 27 on consent. Please vote and please post.
No, it's not a discussion item.
Motion carries. Thank you, Councilman. And again on 28.
And on 28, I would like to move for approval, subject to all conditions.
Thank you. There's a motion to approve agenda item 28 on consent. Please vote and please post. That also carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your work. We'll move on to agenda item 38, administrative abeyance item. Discussion for possible action regarding an agreement between the City Parkway 5, Inc. and Sunrise Mountain View Hospital, Inc., MVH, to amend declaration special land use restrictions and option to repurchase for 2.4 acres of vacant land previously sold to NWH2 Limited, NWH, within Las Vegas Technology Center, generally located north to Tenaya Way and Cascade Valley Court. This is in Ward 1 with Councilwoman Tarkanian. Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor, members of the council. For the record, Bill Arntz, Director, Economic and Urban Development. With me today is Chris Moen, CEO of Mountain View Hospital. This is an abeyance item, and the abeyance was needed so that we could hold a board meeting for City Parkway 5, Inc., which has some rights to the property. In 2007, City Parkway 5, Inc. sold this property, which is 2.4 acres, to an affiliate company of McKellar Development, who intended to develop the property for a hotel. And the sale allowed the city some rights in the event that the property was not developed to have a quick claim and have the property deeded back to the city if we were to essentially pay back the developer what they paid to the city at the time, which was just over $2.5 million gross. In 2013, a separate transaction, City Parkway 5 Inc. sold to Mountain View Hospital a piece adjacent to this piece, and Mr. Mullen will kind of explain where these pieces sit. An adjacent piece, 5.8 acres, to help development of the Mountain View campus. And McKellar Development is interested in selling to Mountain View, and we have a deed restriction on the property which requires the development of a hotel. So given that Mountain View is desiring to move forward with new development, and Mountain View and McKellar Development on their own have reached agreement on purchase terms, that purchase, the buy from Mountain View of the property, McKellar property, would require us to remove our deed restriction. We are willing to do that and replace that with a new land use restriction, which is this item, which would require Mountain View to start construction, and it would require that the development of the campus contain a minimum of 40,000 square feet. That is a floor. The hospital intends to develop much more than that, as you'll see today. And so with that, we'd like your approval to release the current deed restriction and replace it with a new restriction, a new covenant, which would pertain to the development for medical uses by Mountain View. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Moen, who's going to briefly describe the vision for the campus and the next phase of the development that they would like to undertake.
But you mentioned a date or time besides the footprint of 40,000 square feet. Was there a time that construction or something has to be submitted?
Right. So we have our restriction on the current piece requires that development move forward within a 5-year time frame. And based on what you're going to hear today, it's my expectation that they would exceed that time frame and do it within the allotted time frame.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me here today. I'm going to go over
If you'd spell your name too for
My
the
name
clerk.
is, yes, it's M. Chris, C-H-R-I-S, Mowan, M-O-W-A-N.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. So I've got the architect's rendition of our vision for the property here. If you see the yellow highlighted area, that's the 2.4 acres that is in question. The next slide I just forwarded to you really shows everything that is right of that blue future tower. That is all vacant land right now. The 2 green buildings, that is the 5 acres that he referenced that we already purchased and closed on in November of last year. But what's precipitating the need for the growth at Mountain View is several things. One, if you look at the medical office building that is on the far left, the second building from the left on this architect's rendition, that is a medical office building that is over 90% full. If you see the tower on the south side, the blue tower, that is a brand new tower that was completed in 2013 where we added 64 medical surge beds, 12 ICU beds, and doubled the size of our emergency room. And all of those beds are virtually full today. So Vegas is back. And what we would need to do is, if you see the blue highlighted area, that is our ability to expand up on that tower. Our vision is to go up 1 floor on that tower, create more medical surge beds, and discuss we would need to put another medical office building, which could be either one of those 2 green ones or maybe back in that yellow highlighted area. The other thing that's driving this is the hospital's full, we need to expand. Our medical office building is full, we need to expand. And I don't know if you've heard, or I'm sure you've heard about our plans to have a graduate medical education program with the School of Medicine. As we get into our space planning part of this, we hope to have our first resident July of 2016. Wow, do we need a lot of space? And I don't have the space. So we need at least 15,000 square feet of just administrative space alone for these students, where we think we can grow up to 60 physicians a year, which is really exciting. So that is really the need for all of the space in our future expansion. We also engaged the local firm, I have one more slide for you, the local firm of Applied Analysis to come up with an economic impact of just the 40,000 square feet of the MOB. And really what it came down to is it expects to generate an incremental output, $45 million in salaries, wages, $240 million, employment of 365 on an annual basis. So it really is a good thing for Las Vegas, and it's a good thing for our patients. The proposed construction of a 40,000 square foot medical office building would be right around $10 million. When you get all the output, it comes into $16 million. My hope is that we get more than 40,000 square foot. We've got a feasibility study that came back that we need a minimum of 40,000 square feet. So we may end up with 2 buildings in the future. And I'm happy to entertain any questions you might have.
Wonderful. We're so excited, especially about the residency and internship programs going 150.
Yeah, so we looked at the volume that we have at Mountain View and the subspecialties, and at the application with the college, the residents need to get a certain amount of experience. So we think we can handle up to 60 residents a year. So, if you do, over 3 years, that would be 150 residents. 4 years, that would be 240. So what I haven't figured out is where I'm going to feed all these residents. I can't put them in the doctor's lounge.
It's wonderful. It's the success of the hospital and the whole process, just so exciting. All right, Councilman Coffin.
Thank you. I want to just question you on the residents. You brought it up. Of course, these people work very long hours, and they don't get paid a lot of money, but they're compensated okay. But I know it was contemplated to have a hotel, but that might have been an inn for people who wanted to stay near loved ones who are in hospital. I'm just wondering if you could still have an inn there on the property. I-N-N, an inn for your residents, because they're going to need a place to stay nearby, and it's very expensive to live in that part of town.
As far as permanent sleeping arrangements, no, but it's a requirement to have the program with the American College of Graduate Medical Education. We have to provide what they're called sleep rooms. So many of the residents take call in the hospital and will be in the hospital for 12-hour shifts, and we're required to give them sleeping arrangements, and so that is the plan. That is part of the 15,000 square feet.
Okay, because you could go a little further, and give them something permanent, nothing elaborate, nothing Spartan, something permanent for a person, rather than essentially popping in and popping out of a room with a cot.
Yeah, it's a possibility. We haven't discussed that yet, but that would be 200 or 300. I mean, that would be a massive apartment complex.
No. You don't need them hot cots. In a sense, you want to put the program on the map, do it a little differently.
Yeah.
Treat them first class, and it'll be known as a first class program.
Doctors are used to it. Councilman Coffin, they're used to this. Many up to this point, sleep on benches everywhere. It's wonderful to have the money. Are you going to make a donation to Mountain View so they could do that?
You want me to donate a bed?
No, I was thinking of money. Beds don't count. It's the money.
I think they have the money. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Anyone
else comment? We're thrilled. We are so excited.
We are too. Thank you.
Everything that you're doing and the growth. It's just beautiful. You just do a grand job.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Councilwoman.
Well, we've discussed this. Of course, we're very, very excited in Board 1 to have this wonderful project come, to see you grow as you have grown, and do it with first-class efforts and first-class achievements. And I move to approve.
Thank you. There's a motion. Please vote. And please post. It's great. It is great. And for the residents, that's been one of that motion carries, as you obviously know. But for the public, when our students go out from our university medical center and go out to get residency, they usually stay. And that's where they live, where they've done their residency. So to have more, the only place that I know of right now is UMC, so that you're branching further into this will make us keep our best. So we love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Motion carried. So there we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Agenda item 39. Discussion for possible action regarding acceptance of a staffing for adequate fire and emergency response SAFER grant award of $6,297,400 from the United States Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency Grant Programs Directorate for positions to allow full staffing of Fire Station 108, Go 108. Located at 4555 East Bonanza Road, and related augmentation of the fiscal year 2015 general fund budget. And this is luckily in Councilman Coffin's Ward 3. Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor Goodman, members of the council. I'm Willie McDonald. I'm Fire Chief, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, and I'm happy to be here to introduce agenda item number 39, which is a recommendation to accept a $6.3 million SAFER grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and to add 8 full-time equivalents to the approved fiscal year 2014-2015 operating budget. We applied for this grant last year, September 2013, and the purpose of the grant is to improve and restore fire department staffing so that they may more effectively respond to and mitigate emergencies. Now, SAFER stands for Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response. It's a program that's administered by FEMA and funded through the Federal Emergency Management Agency. If we were to receive the grant, we would use that to staff Fire Station 108, as you mentioned, at 4555 East Bonanza. And that station is currently under construction. It'll be ready for occupancy in August of this year. So the grant would come right in time for us to be able to staff that. And we would do it with 20 new firefighters in that station. Fire Station 108 serves the eastern neighborhoods and communities of the city of Las Vegas. The area is very densely populated. It's a very high call volume area for us. And we really don't serve it as well as we'd like to. We don't have a Las Vegas fire station in the area. And so the imbalance of auto aid with our neighbors, or Clark County Fire in particular, who has a station in the area, has been serving that area, and it's creating quite an imbalance of auto aid for us. So this will correct that. If the grant's accepted, the city would be reimbursed for the cost of staffing Fire Station 108, and that includes salary and benefits. The requirements to accept the grant are for us to acknowledge acceptance of the grant within 30 days of the award. We were awarded the grant on June 6th of this year, so we just have a couple of days to go. And we must have the new firefighters on the department within 90 days. And so the activities that we're currently engaged in is we have an existing active firefighter recruit list, and we're going through the process of hiring those folks now. We also initiated a lateral firefighter and a lateral firefighter paramedic process, and the interest that we had behind doing that was we are aware that some of the Nevada firefighters will be laid off very soon, so we wanted to have an opportunity to be able to perhaps bring on some of those veteran firefighters, as well as shorten the time between when we hire folks and get them out into the field. That lowers our overtime costs, that lowers the need for us to force folks to work a couple of days in a row. And so it's much better for the organization. It reduces the impact on the organization. So again, the recommendation is to accept the grant, to add 8 firefighters to the approved 2014-2015 operating budget. And just a couple of comments, final comments. The grant, if we were to hire eligible military veterans, instead of reimbursing the city for 2 years for those folks, it would reimburse for 3 years. So it's an added benefit to the organization. And as well, we received several letters of recommendation from and support for this application from state elected officials and our federal delegation. And I'd like to publicly thank Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid for his personal involvement in his work in Washington. That's my report, and happy to answer any questions.
First off, do we have to legally amend something here, Mr. Steed? Or is it Mr. Gerber down there? Mr. Steed, to add in, to accept the veterans augmentation, or is that just part of the piece that
That's
you're
a part of the
recommending?
grant. It's a part of the grant program.
So it makes the whole grant 3 years?
For any military veterans that are eligible. If we hire someone that's a military vet that is eligible, then we'll be able to keep them for 3 years, and they'll augment the grant.
And the others for 2?
Yes.
And then what happens after those years for paying and benefits?
Well,
They're yours?
we would absorb those costs 2 years from now or 3 years from now.
You're building that in?
We will have to build that into the 16-17 budget.
Okay.
Right? 16-17.
Thank you. Okay, questions, comments, anyone? Councilman Coffin?
Thank you, Your Honor. I raised that issue in briefing about I didn't realize the grant was going to be that big. I guess I didn't realize back in the day, about a year or year and a half ago, when we knew we were going to do the station finally, that we would be applying for a grant that would be necessary to hire veterans, and I'm glad we are. It's $3 million a year, so we have to be prepared, eyes open, like anything else, to pick up the cost. I know the manager has said that she'll be finding ways over the next 2 years to make sure we can do that. And that, it plugs a hole. This was contemplated 14 years ago.
Right.
To have a station here. So county is going to move a station so that all the two entities, and I suppose North Las Vegas has to be considered in that, will then have a balanced approach, and it'll cut response times. This, we were going to open it with engine only.
Yes.
And then this allows us to have 24/7 medical response.
Absolutely.
And probably a few other things for them too. So it's very good. And I do have to ask you one question. You made a statement about one of the reasons we have a lateral application process is obviously you always want to try to find good people who might be working for somebody else. But you indicated there were going to be layoffs somewhere, and it would contemplate layoffs, so maybe we would be able to get some people. Can you tell me where that comes from?
Yes, Mayor, members of the council, Councilmember Coffin, the Reno Fire Department has notified, I believe it's 20 members of their department that they will be laid off effective July 1st of this year. So we've been in communications with Reno, their chief, their Human Resources Department, and their union as well on our side to see if there's an opportunity for us to absorb some of those folks within our department. They're veteran firefighters, fully trained, and it would really be a benefit to us as well to be able to
Okay,
absorb those
then my
folks.
last point would be, as you're doing the hiring process, I realize all our firefighters have figured out how to use medical Spanish whenever they can. They know, they know a lot. But it would sure be helpful if we had some people who were either fluent or native speakers of Latin languages so that we could have a chance to, have better communication, because sometimes these are refuges. This is a wonderful refuge for people in that densely populated area, and we always count upon those places for kids and or elderly or lost people to go for help, and you can't always understand the problem unless you can speak the language. So
Absolutely.
they don't have to be native-born Spanish, but they've got to. I think we've got to have some people who are fluent in there on every shift, at least somebody.
Absolutely.
So I hope you'll be paying attention to that too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's 65% Latino in that area. Okay. Thank you.
And therefore,
All right, therefore, Your Honor, thank you. I move for approval of this item.
thank you. There's a motion, and please vote. And if I might ask you, Chief, how do you notify? How do you have to notify
Well,
the process?
I'm really proud to share with you that one of the members, several members of our department worked on this application, in particular our business analyst, Chris Sproul. So he was the first person who was notified. He has the notification button at the ready. And if you all approve it, I'm going to call him right now, and he'll make that notification.
And please make sure he backs it up that somebody knows that he's copied you in case they say we never got it.
Absolutely.
Horrible to lose this. I get nervous. Technology is what it is. Love it, but it also can be problematic. Thank you, and that motion carried. I missed it, but I know it carried. There it is.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you for your hard work and in the department. Thank you very much. Okay, we will now go on to agenda item 40, boards and commissions for possible action, Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission. Amy Tabor, term expires 7/6/2014. Options are reappoint Ms. Tabor or appoint a new member. Any member of City Council may make the recommendation. And I understand, Councilwoman, you have a recommendation.
Yes, I do. My recommendation, my motion is to continue Amy Tabor on the board. She just recently got on the board, and she's doing an excellent job.
Wonderful. There's a motion. Please vote and please post. Amy Tabor. Thank you, Amy, for serving so far, and you are now continuing. We appreciate it. Thanks so much. And we'll move on to agenda item 41 for possible action, Sewer and Wastewater Advisory Committee, SWAC, appointment to replace Daniel Fisher. And I would like to make the motion to appoint John Betancourt to fill this seat. So there's a motion. Please vote and please post. Welcome, John Betancourt. You will be hearing from us. Thank you very much. And we will move on to agenda item 42. Recommendation, committee bills eligible for adoption at this meeting. Bill number 2014-35. Councilman Barlow, would you like to have the bill read,
Yes, Mayor.
please?
Thank you. Bill number 2014-35, an ordinance to amend ordinance number 6292 regarding the extension of the corporate limits of the city to correct the zoning designation of the annexed territory and to provide for other related matters.
I would like to move for approval.
Okay, there's a motion, please vote, and then please post. Motion carries. Agenda item 43, bill number 2014-36. Councilman Barlow, would you like to have the bill read?
Yes, Mayor.
Thank you. Bill number 2014-36, an ordinance to extend the boundaries of the city to particularly describe the land to be annexed, to make its inhabitants subject to the laws, obligations, and benefits of the city, and provide for other related matters.
Move for approval.
Thank you. There's a motion to approve. Please vote, and please post. And that motion carries. Agenda item 44, bill number 2014-37. Councilman Barlow, would you like the bill read?
Yes, Mayor.
Please.
Bill number 2014-37, an ordinance to extend the boundaries of the city to particularly describe the land to be annexed, to make its inhabitants subject to the laws, obligations, and benefits of the city, and to provide for other related matters.
Move for approval.
Thank you. There's a motion. Please vote. Please post. Motion carries. Agenda item 45, bill number 2014-38. Councilman Barlow, would you like to have this read also?
Yes, Mayor.
Please.
Thank you. Bill number 2014-38, an ordinance to amend the Unified Development Code to describe the circumstances under which a farmer's market may operate as an open-air vending, transient sales lot, and to provide for other related matters.
Move for approval.
Thank you. Motion on 45. Please vote and please post. Motion carries. Items 46 through 48, bills number 2014-39, 2014-41, and 2014-42 will be heard at a later meeting. We'll move on to new bills. Items 49 through 52, and 49 through 52. Bills number 2014-44, 2014-47 will be heard at recommending committee Monday, July 14th, 2014. And item number 53, Bill 2014-48 will go directly to City Council meeting on July 16th. Will you please read the new bills?
Yes, thank you. Bill number 2014-44, an ordinance to extend the boundaries of the city to particularly describe the land to be annexed, to make its inhabitants subject to the laws, obligations, and benefits of the city, and to provide for other related matters. Bill number 2014-45, an ordinance to extend the boundaries of the city to particularly describe the land to be annexed, to make its inhabitants subject to the laws, obligations, and benefits of the city, and to provide for other related matters. Bill number 2014-46, an ordinance to amend the Unified Development Code to update the zoning treatment of animal keeping and crop or plant production uses, and to provide for other related matters. Bill number 2014-47, an ordinance to amend the Unified Development Code to remove from the conditional use regulations for the use animal keeping and husbandry the restriction that horses may not be kept south of Cheyenne Avenue, and to provide for other related matters. And Bill number 2014-48, an ordinance amending LVMC 10.76 to prohibit a person from opening a bag containing alcoholic beverages closed in accordance with LVMC 6.50.475M on or along the pedestrian mall defined by LVMC 11.68, and for other related matters.
Thank you very much. New bills 2014-44 through 2014-47 are assigned to council members Barlow, Anthony, and Coffin. Thank you. Pardon?
Short meeting.
Okay, now we're on number 54. We are on number 54, right? Which is tabled. Okay, so now we're on to
55 and 56 are tabled.
okay. Oh my, are we?
We're almost done.
56, no, it's 55. We're on to agenda item 55. That one's not obeyed. It's 56, 57 that are obeyed.
Okay.
So this is agenda item, this is under planning, discussion. EOT 54177, extension of time, site development, plan review, non-public hearing. Applicant Arnold Stock, owner Mary Bartzis 14 LLC et al. For possible action on a request for an extension of time of a previously approved site development plan review, SDR 37470, for proposed 90,595 square foot shopping center with waivers of the downtown Centennial Plan setback standards and Title 19 building placement standards on 9.61 acres southwest and northwest corners of Fremont and Eastern, APNS 139-35-803-015 through 017, 139-35-804-002 and 139-35-804-008 through 010. C1 limited commercial and C2 general commercial zones. These are in Ward 3 with Councilman Coffin. Staff recommends approval on agenda item 55. Hello.
Good morning, Mayor
Morning.
Goodman and council members. My name is Arnold Stock, 840 South Rancho Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89106. On behalf of the owners, I'm here today to request an extension of time as follows. The subject site currently contains the following: Club 2100, located at 2100 Fremont Street, the Blue Angel Motel, which has been closed pending demolition, the Vegas Motel, which has been closed pending demolition, and the Paradise Motel that has been demolished to date, and a remaining parcel, which is shown here, which is R4 and is 3.75 plus or minus acres. The site is located at what is known as the Four Corners of downtown. It is the entry to the Fremont Street corridor in the redevelopment project, and it is also bounded by Eastern, Charleston, Fremont Street, and to some extent flowing into Boulder Highway. The plan includes master plan retail commercial center. The development is located at the Gateway entrance, as I had said. The Gateway Center is a master plan retail center that will be built, proposed to be built on approximately 9.61 acres. The total square footage, which was approved in an SDR by council previously, is 90,595 square feet plus or minus, and proposed uses in the SDR was a supermarket or other big box use, neighborhood-oriented retail shops, other neighborhood retail shops, a pharmacy, and restaurants with outdoor dining and patios. The Paradise demolition, the Paradise Motel, which is located at this point right at the corner of Fremont and Eastern, was demolished and is currently vacant with the exception of a remaining small retail outlet at the intersection. Demolition has been paid for by private sector funds and incurred by the owners. The owners have paid for that, as well as all other activities that have been gone on the site. The northwest corner of Fremont and Eastern, Bartzis Enterprises, is in a joint venture with Lorich Properties, which the parcel is located at the northwest corner, which is this entire frontage on Eastern, looping around a little bit onto Fremont Street. This aerial still shows the Paradise, which is vacant. So this entire corner, with the exception of a small retail outlet, is vacant and scraped. The joint venture partnership with Lorich Properties and Mr. Gordon are currently and have been on a national search for retail big boxes and smaller tenants, including ICSC and several other marketing and relationships that Mr. Gordon has. Lorich has built and operated numerous highly successful commercial centers and power centers throughout southern Nevada. So that's the joint venture partnership on the northern end. The southwest corner, several development opportunities and options have been pursued and are being considered, including a Hispanic-themed mixed-use development, which could include, and which does include, the 2100 Club, which the owners, we have fully restored that club, brought it up to code, fire sprinklers, and invested over $1 million to make sure that that establishment was open. It is open and is actually doing very, very well there. Another element that we're working on at this point and have looked at, we're looking at several options, and I don't know if this all gets on the screen. So here's Charleston, Eastern, and Fremont Street. This is the existing Club 2100 building in white, this white massing model. So that building is this. And the rest of this is a scheme for container retail and or pop-up retail and a Hispanic-themed event center. It is something that I brought today. I had met with Councilman Coffin and his staff. I brought today to show that there is a lot of planning going on with this facility and with this project and this site. One of our primary concerns and goals here is to keep and preserve the historic Blue Angel and all of the Blue Angel signs that are on the site, as well as the Vegas Motel next door and the Paradise sign, which we saved. We've been in contact frequently with the Neon Museum, with Mr. Marion and his staff, and it is definitely something that that's actually visited a lot by tourists that come to that site, even in the condition that it's in. We enthusiastically support and applaud the efforts of the proposed City of Las Vegas and Councilman Coffin and Rafael Rivera walkable community, which is in draft form and which the subject parcel is a part of. We believe that this approach to redevelopment and revitalization marries the physical development and the social fabric of our neighborhoods in a seamless and humanistic way. We hope to be active participants in this proposal as landowners and most active owner of the parcel known as the Four Corners. We're committed to the demolition and remaining Blue Angel Motel and Vegas Motel. This is a major priority, and it is only a function of the immense expense for demolition that these structures have remained. We're also committed to painting the two motels in the interim, much in the way that other board-ups and shuttered structures have been treated in downtown Las Vegas. We will begin this process by painting damaged stucco areas in the parts of the building and have been graffitied and damaged, and we also maintain the vacant parcels as well. We will be part of the upcoming City of Las Vegas sponsored seminars with the new market tax credit deal structuring this coming July 30th. We believe this is an excellent opportunity, and we thank City of Las Vegas for initiating this program, and we would like to be a partner in this process as well. In conclusion, we are committed to the development of these sites. This area of Fremont Street is a challenge for many reasons. However, we believe it is a prime corner with the highest traffic volume in downtown Las Vegas. This is an excellent development opportunity given the right partnership with financing. We'd also like to congratulate the city for its continued pioneering in redevelopment, all the parcels, the things that are being done, the master planning, the downtown project, and the different pockets of redevelopment that have been extremely successful. We're very excited about the potential soccer stadium and the other projects that are too numerous to mention. It's just an exciting time, but we really want to push this project forward and get some good investors and come to you with a master plan of what we plan to build.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stalk. It's been a long time. I know, having been there, what happened to the restaurant, the Spanish restaurant, still open on that property?
Yeah.
The Blue Angel, still going?
Well, Club 21's open, and they bring in catered food to the restaurant.
Okay.
They have overflow crowds there and parking, and it's been very, very successful. We think that that's I believe for a long time that's a good Hispanic themed center, and that's just proof that it is. It's just packed with people on the weekend.
Well, and I know Mr. Gordon, because I've been speaking to him for 4 years, try and get a big market down here, and we are desperate. So this looks like a wonderful, wonderful project. Any comments, questions? Councilman, aren't you lucky?
Thank you, Your Honor, and I am. We all are, because anything that helps downtown helps the entire city. Artie, thank you very much for bringing the extra materials at my request, because I wanted to make sure everybody knows that the corner is alive. It's dormant right now, but I think that your national search will find some tenants. We desperately need some food, market services down there. Fresh and Easy having closed was a real blow to the area. I think they did not handle their inventory properly. I think they didn't meet the ethnic needs of the folks that live within a few miles of the area. And, you know, if that was their plan and they came up and sold everything to everybody, the same thing, well, that wasn't going to work. Granted, their prices were good, and so we hated to see them go, even if it didn't quite meet the needs of the community. It was good, wholesome food. So let's hope we get somebody in there that can do that same thing. And I got to say that it's interesting because, you know, you've brought a plan, you're under the restrictions of a special use permit, but you're bringing it at our request. And because you have entitlements, you know, this has to come up every couple of years, and I'm certainly going to approve of this, but I wanted to just say that I'm glad the Bartz's family and Mr. Gordon are working together. This means something can happen. I looked down and just shortly, you know, just another few hundred yards down the street there, you've got Station Casinos, which owns a property that must be 70, 80, 90 acres, and they're doing nothing, and they have no plans, and I don't even think they have an entitlement because, well, they're gaming entitled. But really, they don't have any plans. They've never been in touch with us about the thing, and it's an eyesore. And here they've got billions of dollars, and your partners, well, they're just, you know, they're doing what they can and with what they have. So I'm proud of you for doing that, and it stands out. Believe me, it's appreciated.
Thank you.
So I now move, Your Honor, unless other people have comments, I move for approval of this item.
Anybody comments? Otherwise, please vote. There's been a motion to approve, and we're thrilled to death. But you haven't got the vote yet. And a comment while we're, is that your comment? There, an unspoken comment. Love it.
Thumbs up.
And is it posted there? Motion carries. Good luck. It's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have to tell you, Councilman Coffin, that Large Properties has been working diligently trying to bring you something on that big piece of property. So with any luck, we'll go forward. Okay, agenda items 56 and 57 have been obeyed to August 20th, which brings us to agenda item 58. ROC 54248, which is a public hearing. Applicant Walmart Stores, Inc., owner Walmart Real Estate Business Trust, for possible action on a request for a review of condition to amend condition number 7 of special use permit SUP 3815 to allow the sale of individual containers of screw cap wine at 6310 West Charleston, C1 Limited Commercial Zone, Ward 1. Councilwoman Tarkanian, the staff does recommend approval here. And it is a public hearing. Does anybody wish to speak on this agenda item? Please be sure to state your name.
Good morning, Mayor. My name is Anthony Hodges. I want Walmart. That's a small company. They just got in the what? They got 2 places. They ain't that big, right? I never heard of a place called Walmart. Whatever. Have a good day.
Great. Thank you. Anyone else? I'll close the public hearing. And Councilwoman.
I believe that Mr. Coffin wanted to make some comments before I get into the agenda item.
Thank you, Councilwoman, for the courtesy to you and through you to the council. I'm wondering where a representative for Walmart is. They haven't surfaced yet. Maybe they felt that this was a slam dunk, Your Honor, and I don't know if it should be. I mean, I'm thinking they worked hard and we gave them permission to sell on Nellis Boulevard over there, the same location where the 2 officers were murdered, and Mr. Joseph Wilcox interrupted the crime in process and saved a lot of lives with his bravery. And yet, not one thing has been done for this family by the Walmart people, despite my requests. They have not done anything for those families, except maybe they sent some flowers to the funeral. I don't see any warmth from the Walmart people, and apparently they take us for granted because they're not here today. I am very surprised about that. And
Well, I will tell
they're
you,
awfully big, aren't they?
They gave us a wonderful climate award, $25,000 to the city of Las Vegas.
Well, it should have gone to the Wilcox family.
They've been
and I
most
could see-
generous in the community, I have to tell you, Councilman. And this is for their store on West Charleston at Decatur, I believe.
Yeah, it's a different store, same heart.
But they have been super, in this country, that Walmart has been a super collaboration of peoples and done so much for our country.
I tell you, they don't show up for us here. If the councilwoman moves to approve, I will have to oppose that motion. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to say I'm disappointed because I would feel that because the officers, because our police, Metro, worked so hard in helping during that incident in Walmart, and because the young man involved who was not a police officer tried to save people, and according to Metro, did help save people in Walmart itself, I personally am disappointed that Walmart did not rush to give some help to those individuals. Now, I'm not familiar with what they're doing. Maybe they have done something of which I'm not aware. I'm saying if your information is accurate, I am disappointed. I will move, however, to approve this because it's already approved at the other Walmart in town. Isn't that correct? Do we have it already
Well, we
there?
gave them a special use permit for liquor sales at the very same store. It's a privilege to them, which they have apparently felt that it is enough for them to do for the community. So yes, different store, same owner.
Different store, same over, but anyway, because of the difficulties involved due to the manufacture of different sizes bottles, and would you just explain that quickly for us, just so it will go on the record as to why I am going to move for approval on this. That's not their fault that the manufacturers have got the bottles differently. I also will go on the record with my sympathy with what Mr. Coffin is saying.
Madam Mayor, through you to respond
Please.
to Councilwoman Tarkanian's question. In terms of the condition of approval that was placed on this Walmart, it was placed on it back in, I believe, 2006. The intent of the condition was to prohibit the sales of single bottles of beer and wine coolers. The language that we used was to prohibit screw-top bottles of wine, which was the packaging at that point in time. Since then, packaging on wine bottles has changed. Even more upscale bottles of wine now use a screw top. And so essentially what we're doing is we're eliminating that language relative to the screw top. So they wouldn't be permitted to sell singles. However, wine bottles that are 750 milliliters or larger, the standard wine bottle size, would be permitted if they do have a screw top. So it's just to address a condition that was placed back in 2006. And again, it does not change the fact that they cannot sell singles at this store.
Right, and it was placed in 2006 because the size of the bottles and the way they were sold differed from what it is today. So this is a change to bring it up. And my hope is that people who are alcoholics usually don't have much money and they can't afford the big bottle. So anyway, I move to approve.
Thank you. There's a motion. Please vote. And please post. And I have to reiterate, I cannot believe that the Walmart Foundation or Walmart has not done something. They just, that's the type of company they are, that's their philosophy. They've been very involved across this country with anything of a serious nature, and I feel very confident if we had all the information, we would know that they've made it. I'm going to make sure that we find out.
I appreciate that, if you would do that. I also would have to say, though, Mayor, there might be some places in rural United States that haven't been that happy with Walmart, but that's a different situation. Thank you.
Thank you, and now we'll move on to agenda item 59. I'd instruct the city clerk to set the public hearing dates and appeals from city planning commission meetings, dangerous business or buildings, or nuisance litter abatements. Thank you. We'll move on to agenda item 60. Do we have any cards? Were there any submitted? Okay, so citizen participation, public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the city council. No subject may be acted upon by the city council unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, please come to the podium and give your name for the record, the amount of discussion, any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. So they must be agenda pertinent, and so please state your name. We don't need your address.
I am Andy Lott, and I'm here as a former student of the Rainbow Company Youth Theater. First, I'd like to thank those of you that stand in support of the Rainbow Company and its long, nationally awarded history. If it wasn't for your support, I wouldn't be the person that you see standing here. From 1998 to 2004, I was a member of the student ensemble. The skills I learned traveled with me as I chased my dreams to New York City, and as a professional actor, I toured the nation in several Broadway national tours. There, I found my passion for education, and currently, I'm living back home in Las Vegas, and I'm a high school teacher for the Clark County School District.
Excellent.
Today, I'm here with 3 requests that I hope the city and the Office of Cultural Affairs will take into consideration. 1, return the Rainbow Company to 4 full-time staff positions. My understanding is that the positions are still in the budget. 1 was moved to City Hall, and another has been vacant for several months now. 2, return the Rainbow Company to a 5-show season, 4 main stage productions, and 1 tour show. 3, the artistic director, Karen McKinney, be involved in the hiring of new staff members. One of the things I learned at Rainbow Company is that theater is a collaborative art form. You ask anyone that's been involved, and they'll tell you it's more than actors, directors, designers, and technicians. I bet you didn't know it, but all of you here today are a part of the Rainbow Company's production team. It is through collaboration with the city and their leadership that the Rainbow Company can continue to put on great shows and offer exciting classes and workshops. All of these things that shape Las Vegas's youth into creative, responsible, and engaged citizens. I'm looking forward to next month's meeting, and like any good production meeting, the Rainbow Company and its supporters will be there with a long list of exciting things that will only help the future of the Rainbow Company be as successful as its past. Just yesterday, the city released a statement saying that the Rainbow Company has only 44 enrolled students and that the budget is divided among them. And at the core of the Rainbow Company is its student ensemble. But the Rainbow Company has touched many more people than just those 44. The Rainbow Company reaches anyone who has been involved in a production, enrolled in classes or workshops, and anyone who has sat down to witness the great productions that they put on. I am one of the many colors of the Rainbow Company Youth Theater, and its legacy stretches far beyond me. It stretches from coast to coast and country to country. The city of Las Vegas should be proud of the astonishing work that the Rainbow Company does. I'm looking forward to all of these issues being addressed and resolved so that the Rainbow Company can continue to be the bright arc of light that stretches across this great city. Thank you all for hearing our voices. Thank you all for answering our questions. And thank you most of all for your support of the Rainbow Company Youth Theater.
Thank you very much. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to the Las Vegas Academy.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Hodges. Good morning, Mayor. I just want to show you a couple of items of my adventures down the road. This is a picture of San Diego City Council in 1974 when I created the International Box Derby race and so on. And this is another picture, 74, 75, and 76, all the way up to the bicentennial when the country became 200 years old, with me and the Catholic priest at the old mission, whatever. And this guy was the mayor of city council, was Pete Willard. He went on to be a senator and the governor of California, whatever. But this is the one I like the most, is the one with me and my little racing car for the children. If you can see that right quick. But anyway, and on the back, I have pictures of a couple of logos that I had there. They have the, what you call that, R for registered, and one is for the racing car, the little thing. And then I got a washing machine on crutches. I mean, I know that's a class all by itself. I hope it go viral maybe, but that's beautiful. And so, you know, washing machine on crutches, I mean, it's really sick. It needs some work done, whatever. Anyway, thank you. And what I want to say is, Mayor, that this city has a beautiful reputation. The city of San Diego and the county clerk, they both can't say that because they was involved in a federal thing where a lot of people went to prison, you know, 3 out of San Diego and 4 out of Clark County, whatever. But I'm just letting you know, you got a great reputation. You had a few ethics things over the years, but that ain't no big deal. But the objective is, this is a beautiful city and it has a clean reputation. And thanks for letting me speak. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else wishing to be heard? We will move on to agenda item 61. Council member recognition. Comments made by individual city council members during the portion of the agenda will not be acted upon by the city council unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. So let's start with the birthday boy's son first.
Thank you, Your Honor. Normally, we don't like our children hanging out with rascals, but this rascal is a certified therapy dog. And the next reading with Rascal session is going to happen from 10 to noon, July 12th, in the multi-purpose room of the Desert Spring United Methodist Church, which is up by Palo Verde and Rogich. Middle schools, 120 North Pavilion Center Drive, where children can read to Rascal, the certified therapy dog. Also, there's a little thing happening, just 2 days away? Celebration of our country's birth, I think, July 4th. The parade is in Summerlin, has been for a good 20 years. The parade kicks off at 9 o'clock in the morning, but folks who are going there for their second or later year usually get there at 8 because shade is precious and it fills quickly along the parade route. It will start at the corner of Hill Point and Hill Center and go up Hill Center to the, basically to the Vaughn's parking lot up by the park. And is a good time. It'll be all done by 11 o'clock. If you need any details, the phone number for those folks is 341-5500. And it will be inspiring and fun, and it's matured to the point where they actually have floating things on ropes being guided by people below, kind of like the Macy's parade in New York City. Cool. So it's really very cool.
Music.
Highly recommended. What?
How much music?
There's a fair amount of music. I'll be singing.
Okay. Banjo? Banjo strumming?
I don't know if I'll play the banjo this time or not.
Okay. Well, I hope so. All Sousa music, please.
Parking is tough, so it's recommended that you park at the library and the surrounding office buildings because they'll all be closed for the 4th of July. We're going to be doing Coffee with the Councilman next on July 11th, starting at 7:30 at Rachel's Kitchen, which is kind of a neighborhood hangout, 9691 Trailwood Drive. If you're coming from afar, you probably want to plug that into your GPS to figure out where it is. We'll be entertaining suggestions from citizens and try to solve problems or ideas that citizens have with or about the city of Las Vegas. And finally, on this day in music history, it is, as I noted earlier, my father's 82nd birthday. And so it was 59 years ago that in 1955, on this date, that ABC television premiered The Lawrence Welk Show. Cool. Which is his very favorite show.
Wow.
For the next generation, it was also on this date in 1956 that Elvis Presley recorded "Don't Be Cruel" and "Hound Dog."
Don't be cruel. Very good. You can.
So that's all I got, Mayor.
Join, Councilman. Thank you. Oh, look. What was the name of the dog? Do you have that information?
The Hound Dog. Hound Dog, I think.
Easily gotten out of. Councilman Ross, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, that is the city's celebration of Independence Day up in Summerlin, and that's kind of cool. I'm trying to figure out how I can steal that and get it out to Centennial, or we just make it longer, make it a 6-hour parade, and everybody go into Centennial somehow through the other wards as well. Just a couple of announcements, Mayor and council members and folks. Mayor, you are having coffee out in Centennial Hills on July 17th. at the Waffles Cafe located at 6446 North Durango. So I will be there.
What time?
I'm looking at, looks like 8 o'clock in the morning, coffee with the mayor in Centennial Hills at Waffles on North Durango, Suite 150. It's not easy, it's not hard to miss. It's right there on the corner.
Wonderful.
That's my one announcement. Another quick announcement, too. It is almost monsoon season. They are expecting some showers this weekend. So I want to remind folks at home, be prepared for that. Centennial Hills is especially sensitive to that due to the Carpenter 1 fire that occurred last year. So construction is still moving on those flood projects, but won't be done by this weekend. So folks, be careful. And then for our continued relationship with Nevada Child Seekers, we do have a missing young lady. Her name is Mahina Mork Davis, nickname is Dean. She's 16 years old, 5'5", 120 pounds. She was last seen in the area of Simmons and Tropical Parkway, which is actually in North Las Vegas, but it matters not. We are still looking for this young lady. She was last seen wearing a blue sweater, black shorts, and maybe carrying a backpack with personal belongings. She does have a belly button piercing. So please, please, anyone knows the whereabouts of this young lady, please contact North Las Vegas Police Department at 702-633-9111 or Nevada Child Seekers at 702-458-7009. Mayor and council members, have a wonderful Independence Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Be safe. Okay, Councilwoman.
On Tuesday, August 5th at 5:30 p.m., we will have our National Night Out and our Keen Safety Fair at Clark High School. That's 4291 Penwood Avenue. Health and safety community vendors will be there, and we will distribute 500 bags of school supplies while the supplies last. 2 days later, on August 7th, from 6 to 8 p.m., we have a safety fair and an end-of-summer pool party at the YMCA across from the Meadows Mall, 4141 Meadows Lane. And we'll have the sounds of DJ Brando, community vendors will be there, and refreshments while the supplies last. And they tell me I need to keep putting this on, swimwear required. I did not know we were having trouble with nude swimmers. But that's what I need to say. And I want to tell you that now I'm on Facebook after consistent urging by fellow council individuals. So you can go to Facebook under the name Lois Tarkanian, and you'll find information pertaining to Ward 1 and other things that I'm doing. I wanted to say I feel really good that our opening of Garside Pool went so successfully. I want to thank all the council and all the city workers, the hard work they did, and it was magnificent. What we have there, I had firemen come up to me and thank me for what the city had done, because they said they go to these homes and they see what the children do not have, and here we were able to provide something for them. So I have some special, delicious, gummy dinosaurs in the back room for every council person to just let you know that we connected the opening with the paleontology aspect of the area. Lastly, I wanted to say something because we're getting into such tremendous heat now. Keep pets out of parked cars, provide plenty of waters, shade, and shelter. Never leave alcoholic drinks unattended where pets can reach them. These alcoholic drinks have the potential to kill your pet. Also, do not apply any sunscreen or insect repellent product to your pet that is not labeled specifically for use with pets, because its ingestion can cause great problems for those pets. Always keep matches and lighter fluid out of your pet's reach. And I know if they're like the pets in my extended family, that they'll jump on the table and they'll grab almost anything that looks attractive. And that's because matches and lighter fluid could potentially damage blood cells and result in difficult breathing. Keep your pets on a normal diet during this time of the year. Any change, even for one meal, can give your pet severe indigestion and diarrhea. And this is particularly true for older animals who have more delicate digestive systems and nutritional requirements. Last, Do not put glow jewelry on your pets or allow them to play with it, because the substance contained in these products is, even though it's not highly toxic, it can cause problem with just indigestion. And also keep citronella candles, insect coils, and oil products out of reach, because they can affect the central nervous system. Never use fireworks around pets, because they also contain potentially toxic substances, and particularly avoid the urge to take your pet to see fireworks. My brother lost a beautiful, beautiful animal because the fireworks bothered him. He broke his leash, he ran away, he was never found again. Keep the little guys or the big guys safe from noise in a quiet, sheltered, escape-proof place at home. I know that's a lot to say, but I'm saying it now because too often we're so hot ourselves, we're watching what we're doing. We need to watch what we're doing with our pets too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Barlow.
Yes, Mayor. Prior to going into my final announcements for activities in Ward 5, I would like to turn the mic over to my two interns and just ask them what they have learned for the day being here on the council. So I'll start with my immediate right, Gianna Newman. If you'll please share with the council what you learned today.
I learned that you really care for the people of Las Vegas, and that you ask questions and you make sure that the needs of the people are met.
Okay. And to my immediate left, Ms. Kennedy Jackson, what have you learned today sitting here on the council?
Today I learned that in order for something to be approved, you need the majority of the council to agree with the item.
Okay. Thank you so very much, and I applaud both of you all so very much for being attentive, and thanks for coming. And for those of you that are just tuning in, these two young ladies hail from Berkeley, California. They came into Las Vegas to be a part of the Las Vegas government process, and we want to welcome them to the city of Las Vegas and know that you all will do very well at St. Mary's High School back in Berkeley, California when you return for the summer. And thank you all for being here with me today. So having said that, on July 3rd, which is tomorrow, Coffee with the Councilman is taking place. So please join me at Starbucks from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for coffee and conversation. I'll be located at 751 Rancho Road, so that's taking place tomorrow, July 3rd. Also on tomorrow, join me for the next Google Hangout live at 11 a.m. You may post questions on my Facebook page, which may be answered live during the Google Hangout. On July 6th, Bluegrass in the Park. The next Bluegrass concert will take place on Sunday, July 6th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come out to enjoy the music of local bluegrass bands playing traditional American music with banjos, fiddles, guitars, and mandolins. This is a free event for the entire family to enjoy out at Lorenzi Park, the newly renovated Lorenzi Park. So please visit my website for the full schedule for the summer. On July 12th, Ward 5 Summer Splash, the best pool party of the year. We're opening the doors to Doolittle Pool. Families are invited to join me for the annual Ward 5 Summer Splash Party taking place on Saturday, July 12th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. at the Doolittle Community Center located at 1950 J Street. Cool summertime treats, music, and fun for all ages. Bring your neighbors, friends, and family to enjoy this wonderful, cool summer pool party. July 17th through the 19th, Hoops for Hope. Please join me and Indiana Pacers point guard C.J. Watson for the 12th annual Hoops for Hope basketball camp and parent workshop taking place from July 17th through July 19th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Doolittle Community Center. The camp is designed to develop and empower youth to eat healthy and to exercise daily. Youth from 4th through the 8th grade are welcome. Participants will learn techniques and fundamentals of basketball and how important life skills are to each individual. This is a free event and registration is required by July 6th. For more information, please call 702-778-5800. 702-778-3315. Once again, that number is 702-778-3315, or visit the QuietStormFoundation.com webpage. And of course, in Ward 5, social media is a must, so you can stay informed with me and my staff and all of the events taking place in Ward 5 by following me on Twitter and Facebook. If you would like to receive the Ward 5 newsletter, please visit my website at www.lasvegasnevada.gov/Ward 5 and send your email address to my staff, and we will get you plugged in to the weekly Ward 5 e-newsletter. Thank you all so very much. Happy Independence Day, and enjoy your holiday with your friends and family.
Thank you very much. Councilman Coffin.
Thank you, Mayor. Just to prove that Las Vegas is a large town comprised of many little villages, we have news for everybody, so that in a small town like us, we will announce the grand opening and ribbon cutting for Church's Chicken on East Charleston, 1625 East Charleston. Be there or be square. That's a nice thing to have, to get them back in the east side of town. Great fried chicken. I intend to have some. I assume any council member would like some. They would be able to postpone their lunch plans for that day if they ate there. So that's the Tuesday, July 15th. I have other announcements, but I'm going to save them for next week, because something more important for timely anyway right now is shelter for people who are without a roof and or air conditioning. Right now, this is deadly time. We've had days of it. We're going to have more days of it. It's lightening off a little bit, and then it's going to come back full force, 110, 112, and more. And so anybody watching this program, anybody here in the audience, if you know somebody who is out walking around and doesn't realize, and maybe they're a little addled from the heat and dehydrated, that there are 3 locations near Owens and Las Vegas Boulevard. That's right just north of downtown. And they need to go there during the day so they can stay out of the heat, because the cumulative effect of heat, it's not just one day of 110 or 12. If 2 or 3 days happen, even 107 or 8, it can kill you. And we don't want to have a loss of life. And other places are also open as cooling stations, and some of them will make available water and shelter for pets. I think that's a very important thing. Dula Gymnasium does not make available space for pets, nor does Stupak Community Center, but a number of others out at Walnut and Cheyenne and Cambridge Recreation Center, which is in the county just south of the city limits. The Pearson up at 1625 West Cary, that provides for pets too. So there are places for people, 2-legged and 4-legged animals and those that crawl, to get some relief. I think that while this announcement from Southern Nevada Regional Planning Coalition says that these are open today, yesterday and today, I think they're going to have to be open longer. So I'm going to have to ask my staff to make sure that they check with regional planning, because these fatal days are not going to end right away. And we just can't have a loss of life amongst people who are homeless, many of them not of their own choosing. Many of them are healthy, and they're out there, and they don't mind doing what they're doing, but there are those who just cannot take it, and they're out there through no fault of their own. So that, to me, is, in fact, if you're watching this and you see somebody who's faltering a little bit out in the neighborhood, let them drink out of your hose, for God's sakes. Don't chase them away. Don't be scared of them. Just give them some water by the sidewalk if you can. Let them lay down under your tree for a while. It's better than having a death on your conscience. So thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. And so in closing, I hope everybody does have a safe and wonderful, fun-filled 4th of July celebrating our independence. And on Saturday, July 12th, I'll be joining religious leaders from throughout the valley for our Unity Prayer Breakfast at the East Las Vegas Community Center. With unrest occurring throughout the world, it's important we continue to come together to demonstrate our shared commitment for a strong, harmonious community, and I'm proud and pleased to be part of this wonderful effort. You've heard from Councilman Ross. I'm going to be out with him having breakfast. I can't wait. I love waffles. And you've heard from Councilman Beers about this wonderful parade. There better be music. Because how can you have a parade without music? I've been screaming for at least 5 years on that, Betsy. And we will not be going into closed session, and our next city council meeting will be held Wednesday, July 16th here at 9 o'clock in our council chambers. And be safe, listen to all the
Mayor?
warnings from everyone.
Before you adjourn, my staff has just noted that the hound dog featured on the Steve Allen Show when Elvis sang Hound Dog was named Sherlock.
Sherlock, what
Someone-
a beautiful dog.
Someone had a question.
All right, with that, have a great, safe holiday and weekend, and we will see you on the 16th. Thank you.